they're still at it. Um, Before they were blaming Will at the Canton FBI for doing this to me. November 7th or 8th, Walmart West Tusk, they come in and they blame Will. That he was the one doing this all to me. And I ignore him. Well, I take my one client to the park and can't go for a walk, and some of the investigators followed me around and said, we're mad. We caught them blaming Will for this, and he had nothing to do with it. Well, February 7th, this year, right before noon, I was in Giant Eagle in Louisville with my neighbor Becky. There's a tiny little auto zone outside of it. My car's parked. We're loading up the groceries. There's two men standing there, and they said, well, Will did all this to her. Said, look, Will had nothing to do with any of this. He did very little with the case and left it on his desk. Okay? January 1st to January 25th this year, Circle K gas station, Fulton Road, 6th Street. Okay? 7 to 9 in the morning, I'm waiting for my client to wake up so I can use the restroom. Okay? I had to go down to the gas station, use the bathroom. Circle K gas station, Fulton Road by 6th Street, 7 to 9 in the morning. Okay? There's a lady outside the bathroom door. She's like, me and my group can verify she's never said she did anything wrong before. And we made a big mistake being in her home. And she was a toxic water lady with a shower scene in the other room. Think of that one. That's where people were driving by, fuck you, bitch, yelling words at me. They gave up. Where I had giant-sized oranges and grapefruit, bruises, and hand marks in bed in my room. I'm like, did I squeeze myself and the fingerprints are bigger? I have a scar on my leg. I woke up and my leg was laid open. Now I called Dave. I'm like, what on earth? He said, maybe I got you a toenail. It was laid open as wide as a cigarette and as long as one. They even cut me. People said they were even choking me and beating me. That's why I had those bruises under amnesia drugs, so I wouldn't remember. Now, after I called the FBI, people were breaking in, stabbing me with needles. I have injection marks, showing up at Walmart, claiming they were using sodium pentothal on me. It's a lethal outlaw drug. Side effect, you say yes to anything. Nobody drugs anybody but serial killers and terrorists. It's domestic terrorism. Today, they were outside trying to blame my family for doing it. My family didn't do it. They didn't know anything about it. And I'm tired of it. Dave said he'd kill everyone I loved in life, and they're trying to get him locked up. And they had nothing to do with it. April 14th, 22, 1:40 p.m., I'm in Save-A-Lot. Women walk in this year. They really did have a man pretend he was FBI before she called that agent back. It was a stunt for Dave to confront her. Okay? And they had people bad-mouthing her and pretending they were her kids, and their kids knew nothing about it. We talked to them. It's just been the people hurting her the whole time. It's the sick. It's the bitchy divas of Ravenna. February 25th, this year, McDonald's on Whipple, by Fulton Road. I go in. Before I go in, one of the goons from Ravenna show up. Okay? Walks in ahead of me, white guy with white hair. Okay? He comes in, he's running his mouth. Okay? And then he's like, her husband had showed up at a store in Ravenna. Told everybody, I've been trying to get rid of my wife and it hasn't worked. And I don't want her anymore. Would any of you help? Out there soliciting killers. The first week. And they said they all agreed to help. And it's been them hurting her the whole time. And they don't know how to fix it. I do. Their serial killer friend Henry cut me up. It's been the bitchy divas of Ravenna. The oh my Beverly Hills 911 bitchy diva girls hurting me. Michelle's mother, retired Judge Pete's wife, Memorial Day weekend 2019, food counter Walmart 62 for It's My Daughter husband dates. He met her in Ravenna when she was having a stomach spell at a store. For It's My Daughter, they did all this for her and our family watching her doing this. And for who's Karen's rich boyfriend but the state of Ohio who protects her. They were getting paid to protect me. As an informant for the FBI, they were supposed to protect me, and it was them abusing me for the bitchy divas of Ravenna. Playing God. It was them. There was a Michelle, there was a Lauren, there was that big fat blonde girl with big chest, blonde hair braided, driving the blue car of the guy that went to Paymer before. Then I called Will back, and then they drugged me up so I couldn't remember. You talk about bitch. Set up the FBI so it looks like they're helping them. Yeah, and she's driving his car. It's probably her brother. Because why would she drive her car? Okay? And the other one looks just like him, younger, at Burlington Full Coat Factory, February 2nd, 22 at noon. By the men's clothing aisle, he's standing there. Looks like a younger version of him with a girl with black hair and spirals in her hair that he personally drugged me. Okay? They're her brothers. It's part of the bitchy group. Yeah, none of this is funny. Last night I went to walk outside. We all know it's the bitchy divas from Ravenna doing this from you. Last night, too, when I walked out again, Kurt, they really framed her before? Yeah, they framed her before. I don't know who he is. Yeah, they framed me. They admitted they framed me. March 24th, 22, 1:30, you framed her before? Yeah, I framed her before. Shame on you. I know. I found out even those people even raped her. I feel bad about it. I think you should. Amy heard it. My other neighbor in her apartment building for me, second close offense that read it out, Dave, 8-9, first thing in the morning, then I was getting sick on his drinks. He roofied me and told me to say something stupid. May 25th, 21, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. My other client in town, the Wendy's, was talking about the church people breaking in before drugging me, telling me say weirdo stuff, 1295 Allen Middle Apartment, screamed at him for doing it. And, yeah. They told the Department of Disability January 1922 at 11 o'clock in the morning I was drugged and told to say stuff before, and they're like, somebody needs to help her. They do. They can't even enter their illegal surveillance. I told Officer Reinhardt about what they're saying about a shower scene in the other room. He started laughing. It's like, don't worry about it. It'd be illegal to look or listen. It is. It's called illegal search and seizure per Department of Justice. Nobody was allowed in my home. And I'm tired of them trying to frame everybody else for their crimes when they've already admitted to it. And they even said it was older African-American man with gray hair. And top hat, the one that was yelling that he was running it and worked for Michelle. That he actually did the photoshopping, and there's a Steve, Eric, Kurt, Chris, and Mark, and then those girls are the bitchy girlfriends, families, playing Beverly Hills 911, Ravenna style, framing and killing the wife. They're not funny, and these people aren't smart enough to be afraid of them. If I would have done something wrong, an officer in uniform would have knocked on my door. They never did. Never questioned with Miranda rights, never prosecuted, never found guilty. And they're just running around trying to stall for the chip to kill me because they're the murderers. Had their sick, psychotic friend, I guess a guy named Henry, cut me up. Yeah. They're really not funny. They're serial killers. They already said that last year. They're nothing but murderers. Somebody needs to do something about this. If they even mention illegal surveillance and they got it, they have to put them in jail. It's stalking. That's why that Steve and Eric, they left their name on the tapes before. The Massillon police are looking for them for stalking. Nobody can be in your home but the protective light case is set up correctly per Department of Justice. Police and agencies can only surveillance in your home under threat of life. Failure to notify for initiating and speaking to the other person at home is abuse and misconduct, and failure to protect is abuse and misconduct. And who do you report? Anybody for surveillance in you in your home. Department of Justice, FBI, ICE, and local police department to arrest them under the Fourth Amendment right to privacy. It's the legal search and seizure. Where they run around telling everybody they had a court order to watch me. No, they didn't. That's why the cops laugh at it. It's a legal search and seizure and it's stalking. The real law is if attorney tapes you unaware in your home, they lose their license, they go to jail. They have to compensate you. If an officer does it and it's not set up in the correct threat to life case, with the person giving a statement agreeing to protect them and the other person spoke to, they lose their badge, they go to jail. It can be 3 to 5 years. It's a legal search and seizure. That way you can't work a case against somebody with a judge's daughter, friends, and family. You can go to jail for 10 years. These people aren't smart enough to shut their mouths. They told them last year, get rid of all your tapes before and to shut the fuck up. They're not smart enough to shut the fuck up, so I wish somebody would make them shut the fuck up. You want to say you stalked this poor woman in her home, you're part of the shower scene? Yeah. You're part of the drugs before? Yeah. Because we've already heard about it. May 12th, 22, Bubba's Restaurant, noon, where people were following me around. My car's legally bugged from the case. Men standing out there, we told those boys we found a tape of them admitting it was a shower scene in the other room. We told them, none of this is funny, there's a big old camera outside. Yeah, and then KFC, Belden, May 26, 22 at noon. I go in, use the bathroom, get some food, and a man comes in. The attorney had it set up so it looked like she was weird with herself, and some other idiot man told on him for the shower scene in the other room. Now they can't use it. No, they can't. And attorneys don't have this kind of power. No. And you guys are stupid, psychotic bitches for falling for this shit. Let's see. At the Oakland apartment, December 9, 21, 4 p.m. All the tapes before were them, not her. Wow, what's going on? It's a group of men doing as many crimes as they can to see if someone will actually stop them. He told investigators and the Canton police. Yeah. White man, bald, dark eyes. Stark County Hunger Task Force, 9th Street in Canton. Okay? Distributing food. White man, bald, dark eyes. Was one of my security guards during the case came out from distributing food. We always knew the tapes before were them, not her, so we never said a word. That goes back to January 25th, 2019, 8 to 10:30 at night, in the legally bugged house where Dave was acting crazy and all the cops were at the end of the road. For the police always knew she was innocent before they were talking about it at the station. Some guy was bailing his guy out from a team, said if she's innocent, I'll pay a fine or bail. And they said, no, the police already knew she was innocent before, and they never want to arrest her, and somebody else did something wrong before. They framed me. And everybody knows it. And these people are still too stupid to wipe their own shit off their own ass. And I'm sorry for being vulgar, but they're that stupid around here. Not to be afraid of people that break in and stalk you. You know, David went to the store by himself because he had the board in the face because he got smart with him. Within a week, we came home and we were moving stuff out of the storage units. Okay? Our front door was knocked into the wall. We're looking around, nothing's missing, but there's a hole this big in the wall. I had to put mesh and plaster and sand it several times with electric sander. If you scratch off the paint, you'll see where, I think that's when they did the legal surveillance, they literally broke my door in. They said it was an older African-American man that works for Michelle, her hired hitman, that actually did the framing. Now someone needs to help me. And if these people dare open their mouth, put them in jail for their crimes.